You've felt it, haven't you? That heavy weight on your shoulders, the feeling that destiny is calling your name. It's always been there, pushing you forward, guiding your every step. But now someone wants to take it all away from you. They want your power, your purpose, your future. The question is, will you let them? Will you stand up and fight for everything you've ever been meant to be? Or will you let them steal your destiny? You're the chosen one. You've always felt it deep inside that there's something greater about you than what the world sees. It's a quiet knowing, like a whisper in the back of your mind, calling you forward. You've sensed it in the moments of clarity, in the fleeting glances of possibility. You've always been drawn to something more, something powerful that feels just out of reach. But what is it? You've never fully understood it. You've been living your life, taking steps, facing challenges, yet it all feels like a prelude to something much bigger. Deep down, you know you're meant for greatness, but you haven't unlocked the full potential of what's inside you. Your power, your true power, is still waiting. It's there quietly growing, shaping your destiny in ways you can't yet see. And while the world has yet to witness what you're capable of, that moment is approaching fast. When you finally awaken to your true strength, nothing and no one will ever stand in your way again. At first, it's subtle, so small that you almost brush it off. A glance that lasts a little too long, the hushed conversations that stop the moment you walk into the room, the way your closest friend avoids your eyes when you try to talk. It's nothing concrete, but there's an unease in the air, a feeling that something isn't right. Then the strange behavior starts to spread. Your coworkers who once shared laughs with you now act distant. They look at you with what feels like pity or worse, judgment. Your family, the people who've always been your anchor, begin to behave differently. They smile at you, but it's not the same. Their words, once filled with warmth and support, now sound forced, almost as if they're hiding something from you. You notice it more and more, and as the days go by, the tension builds. It's in the way your best friend no longer returns your calls, or how they quickly change the subject when you ask about their day. It's in the way your sister's gaze lingers a little too long on you when you say something about your destiny. It's as if everyone is keeping a secret, one that you're not meant to know. You begin to feel it, the shift. The world you once felt safe in now seems to be closing in around you. The people you trusted most might be the very ones plotting behind your back. They know something you don't, and that realization sends a chill down your spine. You've always felt destined for greatness, but now the very people you've relied on may be the ones trying to tear that away from you. It's a betrayal you didn't see coming, and the worst part is you still don't know why. The moment the truth sinks in, it feels like the ground beneath your feet has been ripped away. You're frozen, unable to breathe, as a devastating realization crashes over you. The enemy you've been searching for, the one who's been working against you all this time, isn't some faceless stranger, some shadow lurking in the distance. No, it's someone who has been right beside you, someone you've trusted completely, someone who's always been part of your world. The betrayal cuts deeper than any physical wound ever could, because it comes from the one person you thought would never harm you. It's your closest friend, the one who's laughed with you in moments of joy and comforted you in your darkest times. You've shared everything with them, the secrets, the fears, the dreams. How could they betray you like this? How could they secretly plot against you, knowing the weight of destiny that rests on your shoulders? But it doesn't stop there. It's the person who's been like family to you, someone who stood by your side in every battle, the one who promised to never leave you. You've trusted them more than anyone else in the world, but now the truth is undeniable. They have been lying to you. Every moment you thought was genuine, every time they reassured you, was a carefully constructed mask, hiding their true intentions. Your mind races as you try to piece together all the moments that never made sense before. The hushed conversations, the quiet avoidance, the fleeting looks they exchanged when you weren't looking. It was all there right in front of you, but you never saw it. You were too blinded by your trust to see the manipulation, the subtle moves to weaken you, to control you. Now that the truth is out, everything feels different. Your heart feels heavy with betrayal, as though the weight of it is suffocating you. The person you thought would protect you, the one you thought you could always turn to, has been your greatest threat all along. The world you thought you knew now seems like a lie, a carefully constructed illusion. You can't even begin to comprehend why they did it, what their motivations are, but it doesn't matter anymore. The damage has been done. The trust you had in them is gone, shattered beyond repair. And with this revelation, the battle just became even more personal. It's no longer just about destiny, it's about survival. Can you still move forward when the person who was closest to you has betrayed you so completely? Will you be able to stop them knowing they've been hiding in plain sight all this time? Your entire world has just been turned upside down and there's no turning back. The moment their words cut through the air, you freeze. Your body feels as if it's been struck by lightning. Your betrayer, the one you once trusted implicitly, looks at you with an eerie calmness. It's almost like they've been preparing for this moment, rehearsing the lines they're about to deliver. Their eyes lock with yours, and the weight of what they're about to say sends a chill down your spine. I am the true chosen one. They begin, their voice low and steady, with an unsettling certainty. Not you. You've never been worthy of this destiny. I've watched you struggle, believed in your potential, but you were never meant to carry this burden. It was always supposed to be me. Each word they speak feels like a slap, a denial of everything you fought for. Your breath catches in your throat as the truth unfolds before you. I've allowed you to think you were special, that you were destined for greatness, but the truth is, they say, a twisted smile curling on their lips. I've always been the one meant for this. The prophecy was never about you. Your heart pounds in your chest. You can't believe it. You stare at them, struggling to process the overwhelming shock. Every moment, every word, every gesture of kindness they've shown you now feels like a carefully constructed lie, a facade built to disguise their true intentions. The betrayal cuts deeper than you could have imagined. You were always just a tool. They continue, their eyes narrowing with a cold glint. A stepping stone on my path to greatness. But now you've outlived your usefulness. I've waited patiently watching you, but it's over now. The words reverberate through your mind, but they don't make sense. How could they be telling the truth? You've trusted them with your hopes, your fears, your very destiny. And now they're standing before you, cold and unflinching, claiming that everything you believed in was never yours to begin with. They're telling you that everything you fought for, every sacrifice, every sleepless night was all for nothing. Your hands tremble with the weight of their revelation. The world you thought you understood is crumbling, shattered by the realization that the person closest to you, the one you thought would always have your back, has been waiting for this moment to take it all away. They've been plotting in the shadows, hiding their true motives behind smiles and reassuring words, all while they believed they were the one meant to fulfill the prophecy. The rawness of their betrayal settles in, cutting you deep, making your vision blur with anger and heartbreak. You can feel your resolve slipping, the betrayal stinging deeper with every word they say, and yet the truth is undeniable. They believe they are the true chosen one. They've convinced themselves that your destiny was never meant to be yours. This is the moment everything changes. You've been living in a lie, and now with this revelation, you are forced to confront the hardest truth of all. The person you've trusted, the person who's been by your side all along, has been your greatest enemy. The war for your destiny has just begun, and it's not going to be easy. But it is your fight, and you can't back down now. You stand there, eyes locked with the one who has betrayed you, the one who has been playing a twisted game all along. Every nerve in your body screams for action, for answers, for closure. You can feel your heart pounding in your chest as you step forward, but the moment you do, the air around you seems to thicken, as if the weight of everything, every lie, every secret has come crashing down at once. They look at you with a calmness that sends chills through your spine, a sense of control that you never saw coming. Their smile isn't the one you remember, the one that comforted you in times of doubt. No, this smile is different. It's cold, condescending, almost as if they're looking down on you from a place of superiority. You want to shout, to demand answers, but their presence is like a force that stills you. So we've finally come to this, they say, their voice dripping with a calm, chilling certainty. I thought you'd fight harder, but maybe I was wrong. Maybe I gave you too much credit. You've always been so naive, so eager to believe in your destiny without understanding the reality of it. Their words hit like blows, each one designed to pierce through your confidence and shake the foundation of everything you thought you knew. The betrayal feels like a punch to the gut, but you push back, trying to hold on to the strength that's always defined you. You were never meant to carry this power. They continue moving closer with slow, deliberate steps. I was the one who was always chosen. Not you. You're nothing but a pawn in a game you'll never win. Each word that falls from their lips feels like a thread unraveling everything you've worked for. You try to fight the words, but they keep coming, each one designed to tear away at your spirit. You never understood the weight of this power. You never had the strength to carry it. I've been patient waiting for you to fail, and now that time has come. The truth is finally clear. You were never worthy of it. Their voice turns colder with each syllable, and the self-doubt they've sown begins to grow inside of you. Are they right? Have you been foolish all along, believing you were the one destined for greatness? Could everything you fought for really be so meaningless? You stand frozen, every word they speak chipping away at your resolve. They continue their verbal assault, manipulating your feelings, trying to break you down piece by piece. Look at you, they sneer. You thought you were chosen. You thought you had a purpose, but all you've done is stand in my way. Your entire existence has been a distraction. Now it's time for the real chosen one to take their rightful place. Their words cut deep, each one wrapped in manipulation and guilt, trying to push you to the breaking point. The anger inside you builds, but it's almost drowned out by the crushing weight of their accusations. They're twisting everything you've believed, making you question your worth, your purpose, your very reason for fighting. But then something shifts inside you. It's subtle at first, just a flicker of defiance, but it begins to grow. You're wrong, you say, your voice steady, despite the storm of emotions inside you. I may not have all the answers, but I know one thing for sure: I'm not giving up. You can't take what's mine. I am the chosen one. The shift is palpable. The anger that once threatened to swallow you up now fuels your resolve. You see it now, the manipulation, the fear they've been trying to hide behind their words. They're afraid. Afraid of what you could become, of what they can never control. They're the one who's been living in the shadows, too afraid to step into the light because they know the truth. Their power is built on lies. Your confidence grows with every word you say, and you stand taller, the weight of their manipulation slowly lifting. I will not back down. You declare, more certain than ever before. You may have tried to break me, but you've only made me stronger. This is my destiny, and I will fight for it, no matter what. The air between you thickens with the tension of your defiance, but you know deep down this is just the beginning. They may have tried to break you, to twist you, to make you doubt yourself, but now you see them for what they truly are. The fight for your destiny isn't over. In fact, it's just beginning. And this time you're ready. Plot twist 2. The enemy's offer. 500 to 600. The tension between you and your betrayer hangs heavy in the air, the silence almost unbearable as they take a step back. Their expression softens slightly, almost as if they're reconsidering something. Then with a slow, deliberate motion, they speak again, their voice calm, yet carrying an underlying weight. You don't have to keep fighting, they say, their tone oddly soothing, like someone offering a solution to a problem. There's another way. You don't have to stand alone. Join me, and together we can reshape this world. You've always known you were meant for greatness. I can help you achieve it the way it was always meant to be. For a moment they pause, their eyes locked with yours, as if waiting for you to hear them out. The words seem almost tempting. You're right. They continue, the smirk on their lips, fading into something more sincere. You've always believed in your destiny, but it's been twisted. You've been pushed into a role that doesn't belong to you. But you and I, we could change everything. You have the power, I have the knowledge. Together we could reshape the world into something better, something greater than what it's ever been. All you need to do is make the choice. Join me and we can fulfill this destiny together. The offer hangs in the air, its implications echoing through your mind. You've spent so much time fighting for your place, for your future, for everything you thought was yours. But now this enemy, this person who's betrayed you, stands before you, offering you everything you've ever dreamed of, a partnership, a shared vision, the chance to finally control your destiny. It's a tempting thought, one that makes you hesitate for a moment. You could have everything: power, control, a future built by your own design. All you have to do is let go of everything you fought for. The very beliefs that have guided you up until this point would have to be sacrificed. Your principles, your sense of right and wrong, your loyalty to everything you've known, it would all come crumbling down. As you stand there, the weight of their words presses on you. It would be so easy, no more struggle, no more fighting. But as tempting as it seems, you can't ignore the nagging voice in the back of your mind. This offer, this deal, it's not just about power. It's about everything you've ever stood for. Your entire journey, the choices you've made, the people who've stood by you. Are you really willing to throw it all away for a chance at this new destiny? The silence between you two grows, and in that moment you realize that the true test isn't just about whether or not you'll accept their offer. It's about what you're willing to sacrifice in exchange for the world they promise to build. Your heart races as you face the hardest choice you've ever had to make: accept the darkness of their world or continue fighting for the light of your own. As their offer lingers in the air, the weight of their words presses down on you. The world feels heavier, like every step you take becomes a little harder, a little more uncertain. The silence that follows is deafening. You can feel your mind racing, 1,000 thoughts crashing into each other like waves on a stormy sea. Could it really be true? Could everything you've believed in, every choice, every sacrifice be for nothing? You've always believed that your destiny was meant for something greater, that the struggles, the pain, the isolation, all had a purpose. But now, standing here facing the very person who betrayed you, it all feels like a lie. Were you ever truly the chosen one? Or have you been living a fantasy, a story crafted by your own desires and not the reality of the world around you? The pain of betrayal cuts deeper than anything you've felt before. Every memory, every moment of trust now feels like a cruel joke. How could you have been so blind? How could you have let yourself be used by the one person who was always working to tear you down? The person who claimed to be your ally, your friend, your family. Was it all just manipulation? You feel the weight of that realization like a boulder pressing down on your chest. Maybe they were right, you think. Maybe I was never meant for this. Maybe I'm just fooling myself. Doubt creeps in like a shadow, wrapping around your mind, tightening its grip. You start to question everything: your worth, your purpose, your entire existence. The world you once saw as a place of hope and possibility now feels like a battlefield, and you're not sure if you have the strength to keep fighting. The future, once bright and full of promise, now looks uncertain. A dark road ahead with no clear path forward. Every decision you've made, every action, every belief, it all feels meaningless. The enemy's words echo in your mind, twisting the knife deeper. You never deserved this. You've always been weak. Are they right? Are you really the one who's been deceiving yourself all along? Or is the truth that you've been too blind to see? For a moment, you stand there paralyzed by the overwhelming weight of it all. The crushing doubt, the betrayal, the fear that everything you've worked for has been for nothing. Your heart races as you feel the foundation of your beliefs shake. Can you even trust yourself anymore? Has the fight been worth it, or is it too late to turn back? The questions spiral, each one deeper than the last, and for the first time you feel truly lost. But deep down, beneath the doubt, a flicker of something still remains. The spark, however small, refuses to die. And though you may be on the edge of breaking, you know that the real battle isn't just with your enemy, it's with yourself. Just as the crushing weight of doubt threatens to swallow you whole, a voice from your past echoes in your mind, a voice you haven't heard in what feels like forever. It's a memory, faint but powerful, of a mentor who guided you, someone who always believed in you when you couldn't believe in yourself. But what you don't know, what you haven't realized until now, is that this person, this figure who once seemed like your greatest ally, has been hiding something from you. Something crucial, something that changes everything. The truth hits you like a jolt of electricity, electrifying every part of your body. You remember a conversation, one you never thought much of at the time, but now in light of everything that's happened, it feels like a key turning in a lock. I didn't want to tell you this. Their voice rings in your mind, almost as if it's right there in the room with you. There's something you need to know, something about your true purpose, but it's too dangerous. You're not ready. You thought it was just a vague warning, a piece of advice that didn't seem important at the time. But now, with everything you've learned and everything you've lost, it becomes clear they knew more than they ever let on. They knew about the power you were meant to wield, about the true path you were supposed to walk, and they chose to keep it from you. Why? The questions surge through your mind, but one thing becomes undeniable. The person who you trusted most, the person who shaped your journey, has kept you in the dark for reasons you don't understand. As you dig deeper, the pieces start to fall into place. The subtle hints, the cryptic messages, the moments when they hesitated to give you answers, it was all leading to this. Your mentor, the one who shaped your destiny, knew exactly what your future held. They knew the full extent of your power and the enemies you would face. But instead of helping you prepare, instead of guiding you through this, they kept you in the dark. Why were they protecting you? Or were they too afraid of the truth themselves? The revelation stings, but it also lights a fire inside you. This is no longer just about stopping an enemy. This is about uncovering the full truth of who you are and what you were meant to become. The lies and secrets of the past have been uncovered, but now the real fight begins, not just against your enemies, but against the hidden forces that have controlled your destiny from the shadows. You were always meant to be more, you hear them say in your mind again. And this time it's not a warning, it's a challenge. The truth is out, and now you must face it head on. There's no turning back. What you thought you knew, what you thought you were, everything has shifted. The past is no longer a guide. It's a key to unlocking the future, and you finally understand this is your battle to win. With the weight of the truth now fully settling in, a deep sense of clarity cuts through the fog of doubt. You realize something you've tried to deny for so long. You are the only one who can stop this. The destiny that was never truly yours, the path you've been forced to walk, is now in your hands. It's not about waiting for help. It's not about hoping for someone to save you. You are the chosen one, and if anyone is going to fight this battle, it has to be you. The realization hits like a thunderclap in the dead of night. Your power has always been within you, hidden beneath layers of fear, doubt, and manipulation. Now it's time to bring it to the surface. You stand in front of a mirror, staring at the person you've become. The face you see is no longer filled with uncertainty, but with the fierce determination of someone who knows their purpose. This is the moment you've been waiting for, the moment you were meant to embrace. You begin the process of preparing, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. You push yourself harder than ever before, training, refining every skill you've learned, every lesson you've taken to heart. The hours spent in solitude now feel different. Each drop of sweat, each bruise, each moment of exhaustion serves as a reminder of what's at stake. This is no longer just about survival, it's about fulfilling your true potential. You gather everything you need, the weapons, the tools, the allies who still believe in you, the ones who haven't turned their backs. Every part of you is focused now. You've spent so long doubting your power, letting others shape your story, but that stops today. The enemy's plot is no longer a shadow in the distance. It's a battle you have to face head on. With every swing, every breath, every move, you can feel your power growing stronger. Your connection to your true self deepens. You finally understand what you were meant to be. The pieces of your past, the whispers of your mentor, the trials you've faced, they've all led to this moment. You are more than you ever imagined. You are the force that will change everything. The doubt, the fear, the hesitation, they've all been stripped away. What's left is someone who knows exactly who they are, someone ready to fight for their future. The final battle is coming, and it will not be fought in the shadows. It will be fought in the open, in the light, where your true power can no longer be hidden. You step away from the training grounds, your body exhausted, but your spirit awakened. Your enemy has underestimated you for far too long, and now you're ready. You've come to terms with your power, and now you stand on the precipice of your destiny. The time to hesitate is over. The time to fight is now. You're ready for the final stand. And this time, you're not backing down. The moment you step onto the battlefield, time seems to slow. The world around you disappears, and all that remains is you and your enemy. The air crackles with an energy you've never felt before, an intense, suffocating pressure that grips your chest. This is it, the final confrontation. The one you've spent so long preparing for, the one you thought might never come. But here it is in all its raw, brutal reality. Your heart beats in your throat, each pulse a reminder of what's at stake. This isn't just about winning, it's about everything you've ever fought for: your destiny, your beliefs, the truth of who you are. The world you've known has been teetering on the edge of destruction, and now it's up to you to stop it. The person you once trusted, the one who's always been so close, stands before you as your greatest adversary. The betrayal, the lies, the manipulation, they've all led to this moment. And now you must face them head on. Your enemy, standing tall and unwavering, looks at you with a cold smile, as if they know something you don't. This is where it ends, they say, their voice dripping with arrogance. You can fight all you want, but you will never be the one to control your destiny. It was always meant to be mine. But you're done listening. You're done doubting. The anger, the heartbreak, the frustration, all of it builds inside you like a storm ready to explode. Every scar, every betrayal, every tear you've shed has led you to this moment. This battle is not just for your destiny, it's for the very essence of who you are. With a battle cry, you launch yourself forward. The first strike is fierce, filled with all the rage and pain you've carried for so long. Your enemy parries, but you don't stop. Each blow, each movement is fueled by everything you've ever believed in, everything you've sacrificed. You feel the power surging through you, a force so raw and unstoppable that it seems to bend reality itself. But your enemy is no weaker. They fight back with the same intensity, their power formidable, their movements calculated. Every clash of energy, every spark that flies from the impact, makes you feel the weight of the world on your shoulders. This isn't just a fight, it's a battle for the very soul of your future, the future of everything you hold dear. The fight drags on, physically exhausting, emotionally draining. Your body screams in pain, each bruise, each wound, a reminder of the toll this battle is taking. But you don't stop. You can't stop. Your heart burns with purpose, and the light inside you grows stronger with every second. The belief that you are destined for something greater, that this fight is worth every sacrifice, pushes you forward. Finally, with everything you have left, you make your move. The power that's been building inside you explodes outward, a surge of light and energy that overwhelms everything in its path. Your enemy stumbles, their expression changing from arrogance to shock. They never saw this coming. They never understood the true depth of your power. With one final decisive strike, you break through. The battle is over. You've done it. But it's not just about defeating them, it's about reclaiming your destiny. You've taken back what was always yours, and in doing so, you've saved the future. The weight of the world lifts from your shoulders, and you stand there exhausted but victorious. The battlefield is silent now, the echoes of the fight slowly fading away. Your enemy is down, their power shattered. But as you stand there breathing heavily, you realize something. This was just the beginning. You have fought for your destiny, and now you have the strength to shape it, to lead the world in the direction you've always believed it could go. The battle may be over, but your journey is just beginning, and this time you will fight for you. The battle is nearly won. You can feel it, the weight of victory within your grasp. But as you stand there bloodied and battered, your enemy is not done yet. They smile through the pain, their eyes gleaming with a dark, twisted satisfaction. In their final act of defiance, they reveal their last card. You think you've won. They sneer, their voice raspy with effort. You don't even know the price of your victory. Suddenly, the world shifts. The ground beneath your feet trembles, and everything you thought was clear becomes clouded in an instant. A voice calls out to you from across the battlefield. If you want to stop me, you'll have to make a choice. The enemy continues. You can take me down, but in doing so, you'll lose something far more precious than your power. Your identity, a loved one, or even your very soul. One of these will have to be sacrificed if you truly wish to end this. A wave of dread washes over you. The enemy is offering you a twisted ultimatum, and deep down you realize the terrifying truth. There is no way to defeat them without paying a cost that will cut you to the core. Your mind races, heart hammering in your chest. The thought of losing your identity, the very thing that has defined you, feels like a death sentence. Who would you be without it? Or perhaps the price is a loved one, someone who's been with you from the beginning, someone who has stood by your side through everything. The thought of losing them, of condemning them to suffering or worse, twists your insides into knots. Could you bear it? Could you truly live with the choice to sacrifice someone you love so deeply? And then there's the most devastating choice of all, your soul. To give up everything that makes you you, to surrender your very essence in order to end the suffering. It feels like the ultimate price, the loss of everything that makes life worth living. How could you choose that? Tears sting your eyes as the realization hits you. This isn't just a battle for survival. It's a battle for your very soul. The enemy stands there knowing they've cornered you, knowing you're at your breaking point. They smile, their victory now within reach, and they wait for you to make the impossible choice. You stand there trembling, torn between the agony of each option. The emotions swirl inside you: rage, heartbreak, despair, and the overwhelming weight of responsibility. The future of the world hangs on your decision, but the cost of that victory is something no one can prepare for. What are you willing to sacrifice to stop the darkness? In that moment, time seems to freeze. You realize that no matter which path you choose, something precious will be lost forever. The question is not if you're willing to sacrifice, but which part of you you'll give up. The choice is in your hands. Your destiny, your future, your very being. It all rests on the decision you make in these final agonizing moments. The dust settles over the battlefield, a heavy silence filling the air. The enemy lies defeated. Their reign of terror ended, and the world, your world, has been saved. But the victory is hollow. The ground around you is scarred, the remnants of the fight, a testament to the cost of what you've just endured. Your body aches from the battle, but it's the deeper wounds, the ones no one can see, that weigh the heaviest. The sacrifice you made, the part of yourself you gave up to win, lingers like a shadow. The world is safe, yes, but at what cost? The faces of those you love flash before your eyes, and the realization hits hard. You've lost something irreplaceable. Was it worth it? You stand alone, the weight of the decision pressing down on you, every breath a reminder of the price you paid. You thought you knew what it meant to be the chosen one, but this has changed everything. The victory feels bittersweet, and with it comes a deep, lingering emptiness that threatens to consume you. You saved the world, but at the cost of your own peace. As the world begins to rebuild around you, you find yourself questioning everything. The people you fought for, the future you've protected, seem so distant now. Can you ever return to what you were? Can you reclaim the part of you that's been lost? The questions swirl in your mind, but there are no answers. You look at the horizon, the world stretching out before you, and for the first time in a long time, you're not sure what's next. You've defeated your enemy, you've saved everyone, but now you must face the most difficult journey of all, healing. And the hardest part is you don't know if you'll ever truly heal. The world may be safe, but you are forever changed. The scars of this battle, both seen and unseen, will remain with you. They're a part of who you are now. But perhaps in time, those scars will become something more. a symbol of your strength, your sacrifice, and the hard truth that sometimes the greatest battles are fought within. As you walk away from the battlefield, a new purpose begins to stir inside of you. The fight is over, but your journey isn't. You may never have the answers you're looking for, but one thing is certain: you will continue moving forward. Because even though you're forever changed, you're still here. And as long as you are, you'll keep fighting for what's worth saving. As the dust settles and the world begins to heal, I stand here not as the person I once was, but as someone forged in the fires of battle. The journey wasn't easy. It wasn't meant to be. If you've ever fought for something greater than yourself, you know the price that must be paid. You know that there will be times when you question everything, when doubt creeps in, when the sacrifices feel too heavy to bear. But let me tell you this: the fight for your destiny is never easy, but it is always worth it. I've learned that the path to greatness is never straight, never without obstacles. There will be moments when you feel alone, when the weight of your decisions threatens to crush you. There will be times when you wonder if all the pain, all the loss was worth it. And in those moments, you'll be faced with the hardest choice of all: to keep moving forward or to give up everything you fought for. But the truth is, every battle you face, every challenge you overcome, shapes you into something stronger, something more resilient. You may lose pieces of yourself along the way, but you'll also find parts of you never knew existed. Parts of you that are capable of standing tall, even in the darkest of times. I've learned that sacrifice isn't just about what you give up. It's about what you gain in return. It's about discovering who you truly are when everything is stripped away. The world may be saved, but the real victory lies in knowing that you didn't give up. You didn't turn away when it got hard. You kept going. So remember this: your destiny is yours to claim. No one can take it from you unless you let them. The battle for your future may be long, and the choices you face may seem impossible, but always remember this: you have the power to choose. You have the strength to carry on. And in the end, no matter what you lose, the one thing that no one can take from you is your will to keep fighting. The journey never ends. It's up to you to decide what comes next. But one thing is for certain: the fight was worth it. And in that, you'll find your true strength.